We are just about ready to head into the Tao Daily Tarot reading for today. Here's a little heads up action for you. And I look at this reading as kind of a reflection of the last 12 months, but it may be some aspect of your life. Last 12 months certainly has created a ton of confusion, a lot of mental anguish. And now we're at this point. I'll have the details for you coming up in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome to this brand new edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Whether you're a first-timer, long-timer, makes no difference whatsoever. Thank you. Much gratitude for having you be here. If you're a first-timer, let me give you a quick little rundown in terms of what makes this tarot reading different from other tarot readings. And there are some great tarot readers out there for sure. But what separates us from everybody else is the fact that I do archetypal readings. I take a look at the images on the card, and I don't try to add anything. I take the raw basic image, build from there. I use 8 cards. It's an 8-card spread because the Tao is a simple message. So 8 cards is more than enough. Second thing that separates me is the fact that I work on energies. Coming, going, pushing, pulling. Stop and think about that. You know, coming, going, pushing, pulling. Stuff's coming at you all the time. That's life. So what this is an energetic weather report. Okay, that's the way I refer to it. You know what the energies are around you at any given time, and it's like looking out the window or, going to the computer and taking a look at the latest weather report. What is it going to be today? Hot, cold, wet, snowy? What am I dealing with? Well, this is what this does, the Tao Daily Tarot. It's an energetic weather report. You apply these energies as I'm laying them out to you, and you fit them to your life. That gives you the power. The other thing, I do a hyper shuffle. That'll be coming up. It's a very quick shuffle because everybody wants to see the cards shuffled. And I try to get this reading done in about 10 minutes or less because you have a life. Alrighty, so we're right around 10 minutes, give or take, depending on what's happening with the cards. Could be a minute here, a minute there, but that's basically what I'm trying to do so that you can easily squeeze in the Tao Daily Tarot reading into your daily life. Okay, just a moment ago I mentioned the hyper shuffle. How about if we get to it? And so there you go. There is the hyper shuffle. Let's get to today's Tao Daily Tarot reading. We begin with something that says, this is the overall energy card. It's the oracle card. All that glitters. All that glitters. This is the overall energy. So what that would imply to me is maybe a lot of what has attraction for you may not be cracked up to being what you have been sold it to be. All that glitters. That's the basic idea. Let's go from there to the energy of coming, going. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, for me, basically says confusion. Too many choices. I have joked with people about this all of my life, and it applies to me as well. You want to confuse somebody? Give them more than one choice. And the more choices you give them, the exponentially more confused they get. Almost every single time. Just hit them with a bunch of choices and they are stuck. And I'm the same way. So 7 of Cups tells me you are confused. You are looking for something. Cups is love, right? You're looking for that love in your life. And I'm not saying necessarily romantic, although it could be. You apply it. Remember, this is the energy, right? So this is confusion over things or people you love. And remember, we're talking about all that glitters. So maybe the stuff that we've been sold is so important. Maybe at this stage, we're going, maybe that's not all it's cracked up to be. You have the 10 of Swords. This is really good. I mean, it doesn't look good, but it is really good because it means that this painful thinking, because swords are thinking, thoughts, words, etc., all of that painful stuff is finally over. The damage is done. You can now pick up from here. So this is more a statement that it is finished, at least in your mind in any event. And again, we're going with the idea of all that glitters. We're going with the idea of the 7 of Cups, confusion. Maybe that's that's what's happening. We've had this COVID thing going on for just about a year now, and people have had a chance to kind of recalibrate what's important to them, what they love, what they value. And I'm thinking that the All That Glitters thing pretty much kind of sums it up. We move from there to the Nine of Wands. This is determination. In spite setbacks, you're putting your flag in the sand and saying enough is enough. I want passion. I want enthusiasm in my life. And this is where you are drawing that proverbial line in the sand. So there's a real definite trend here. And I think maybe we're changing values. This is what this COVID thing so far for many people has done. And as proof, how about the Two of Pentacles, the dance of change? Pentacles are things that we value, right? I mean, yes, it could be money, but it could be health, it could be happiness, it could be family, things that we value. However and this is why I go with energies. I'm not predicting any specific outcome for you. You know what you value. You know what's important to you. This is what you are debating right now. Should I stick with the old values? Should I stick with the old things I thought were important? Or should I change? Remember, we're dealing with the card All That Glitters. From here, we go to a first magnifier, and it is the High Priestess. The High Priestess, intuitive, knows bunches of information, but she doesn't pick it up the usual way. She intuits. Remember that moon behind her? See that? Yeah, she picks it up. She keeps it. She holds it, because the moon does not show everything. It does not illuminate like the sun, but it does give some illumination, but it's at a very deep level. So what this is telling me is, if we go back to the All That Glitters idea, if we go back to the Seven of Cups idea, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, it would appear that people are changing their perspective, changing their values, adjusting, going for something that makes them happier, and they're using their intuition. What feels good? And as kind of a support to that, we have the proverbial Six of Swords. Leaving choppy waters, going to calmer waters. People are looking for getting their life back. To some degree, however they can do it. But they're looking for normal, a new normal, but their normal. And getting from this card to the first card, the Seven of Cups, I think that's been the process for people, many people, all this year, this past year. Things are changing, things are adjusting. That's enough. They've had it, and they've suffered. They now want their normal back, or establish a new positive normal. And I do say positive because we wrap up with the vice versa card in reverse. This is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords talks about termination, ending unhealthy relationships, making changes, getting the bad juju out of our lives. And that's what we've been battling with, I think, all year, this past 12 months. We got hit with a situation we had no control over. We battled through it, tried to figure out how can we get our lives back. We're coming to the point now, and I believe the kickoff point will be the new moon in Pisces coming up in a little over a week away. At that point, I think we will have intuited what I have to do to get my life back the way I wanted, or something close to that. Let me decide, because what they've been selling me ain't getting it done. Because all that glitters is the theme, right? And I think that's kind of where we're headed. We want the confusion to end. We want the mental anguish to end. We are determining for ourselves what's next. So there you go. There is the reading for today, the Tao Daily Reading. Oh, by the way, I forgot in the beginning, but I'll remind you now. Please like and subscribe. Every time you come to the channel, that's really, really important, because it gives the YouTube people the numbers that we seem to need in this computer age, so that they will support the channel. Like and subscribe. Very good. So that wraps it up. I hope I see you tomorrow because I do a brand new reading every day, 365 days a year. If I don't, between now and the next time we have a chance to get together, blessings.